catching a cheater one fake bouquet of roses at a time. War of the Roses starts right now on KDWB.
I can honestly say we've never had a War of the Roses just like this one. A lot of times, some of them are kind of the same, like he's taking a lot of phone calls outside, or, there's this girl at work, or there's this guy at her gym or whatever. But I've never really had this one, but I'm going to let Bryce get right to it. Bryce, tell me why you need to test your girlfriend Tiffany on War of the Roses today. Bryce, what's going on?
Yeah, I actually think that Tiffany is sleeping with my neighbor upstairs.
Okay, so what's your evidence? I mean, what do you got that kind of cements the whole theory for you?
Okay, so she left to go out on a walk, but when she left, I heard some footsteps going upstairs. And, upstairs is actually where my neighbor Marcel lives, and he is, I'll just be honest, he's a very good-looking dude.
Okay.
And, that wasn't the issue. Pretty soon after that, I actually heard, some sex noises. And it wasn't just any sex noises. They are the noises that are Tiffany's. They sounded just like the noises she makes when she's with me.
Okay. Now that's interesting because the footsteps up the stairs could have been somebody coming out when she came in. But when you hear the neighbor upstairs, and let's face it, most people, if they make noise, they have their own kind of a unique noise.
Of course, but how clear are you hearing this noise? Because I've lived in many apartments, and I feel like it's at least muffled a bit. You guys must have not the greatest soundproofing walls in your apartment complex.
Tiffany is very expressive.
Yeah, but even expressive, I feel like sometimes it should be muffled at least.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little muffled, but it was not enough that I couldn't kind of tell. I mean, look, I do have some doubt. That's why I'm calling, but I'm like 95% sure it was her.
Okay, so what happens then? I mean, this goes on for a while. First thing I would have done, I would have been like with a glass up to the wall or standing on a chair with a glass to the ceiling or something, or I would have gone upstairs and pounded on the door. What did you do?
Yeah, I confronted her about it, but she got defensive and was like, what are you talking about? I just went for a walk. And, I mean, she does go on walks from time to time, so, I know that's her sound. Like, I know it. I know what she sounds like.
The evidence seems pretty conclusive. I mean, she leaves, you hear the noises stop, then she comes back in and claims that she just went for a walk.
Yeah, like how long was she gone for? 30 minutes?
Yeah, about that.
Okay.
Sounds like a good amount of time to either go on a walk or go get your freak on.
Do your thing. So you asked her about it. She said, you're crazy. I went for a walk. So now here you are on KDWB. So I will tell you this. Now, what's the guy's name upstairs?
Marcel.
So usually when we do something like this, we call and say, hey, we send roses if it's a guy that's cheating. Who do you want to send roses to? Usually with a woman, we say, well, we have a date night. You can go on this date night like axe throwing or pottery making or mini golf or whatever it is, or dinner. And then we say, well, who do you want to take along with you? I don't know that she would want to take Marcel, but let's start there and see what she says when we say, who do you want to go on the date with? All right, stay there. Bryce, we'll be right back. We'll make the phone call on War of the Roses next on KDWB.
Are they cheating? Let's find out. Part 2 of War of the Roses starts right now on KDWB.
So she goes out for a walk. She's like, I'm going out for a walk. And he's like, okay. He doesn't hear the door to their apartment kind of close. Didn't he say he heard footsteps like going up the stairs?
He did say that, yes.
And then he listens and he's like, he hears the sounds of the magic happening upstairs.
Sure.
Thumpa, thumpa, thumpa.
Yeah, the thumpa, thumpa,
Magical
thumpa. And the,
sounds.
oh, yes, kind of a thing. And he's like, well, wait, I know that noise. That is a familiar noise. That is her noise. And I guess she comes back in, and I don't know if she's all sweaty and her hair's all messed up or what, but he's like,
well, she went on a walk.
yeah. Well, yeah, I'm sweaty. I went on a walk.
Yeah, you get kerfuffled on a walk.
But didn't he say the guy upstairs is Marcel?
Mm-hmm.
he's wondering whether Marcel is the reason that she was not on the walk.
So I feel bad because he said that Marcel is a good-looking guy. Like, he can admit that honestly.
Well, with a name like Marcel, he's probably French.
You have to be, right? You have to be a good-looking guy.
French guy.
Okay, so we're going to call her and we're going to say, okay, we're going to set you up on a date. Who do you want to go on a date with? And she had probably better say her boyfriend and not Marcel. But I don't think she would say Marcel anyway because it's just an upstairs hookup. You're not going to go, oh, let's go to Ruth's Chris and have dinner.
Yeah.
Let's find out. Let's make the phone call right now on KDWB.
Okay, like I said, it was just a few questions, and now I have that reservation at for you. I obviously have your information already. What I need now is the name of whoever you're going to bring along with you.
Okay. It'll be Bryce.
Perfect. Got it down.
You know, I'm relieved on this one because I don't know. Hi Tiffany. Everything that you just heard in the last couple of minutes is all fake, and it was just a ploy to see who you would pick to go to dinner. Let me explain a little bit more. So it's not your phone company calling. It is KDWB in the morning show. And we were calling on behalf of your boyfriend, Bryce, to see who you would pick to go to dinner, whether it be Bryce or somebody else. And
oh, my God.
I know, that's funny, right? It's a funny bit. The funny thing is Bryce is listening right now because he's the one that put us up to this.
Yeah.
So, Bryce,
yeah,
say hi, Bryce. Tell her that you're here.
Hey, Tiff, I'm here.
Why are you going on the radio?
Let me. Do you want to explain, Bryce, or do you want me to explain? I'll leave it up to you.
Yeah, I'll be just crystal clear. You went upstairs and had sex with Marcel when you said you were going on a walk.
No, I didn't. We've been over this. I did go on a walk, and it's crazy to me that you won't believe me. I told you this already, and now you're going on the radio. Like, that's kind of insane, Bryce.
I don't think it's insane. I heard you. I know what you sound like. And, you know.
I think that's kind of inappropriate to say on the radio.
It'd be worse if he made the sounds, if he made an imitation of the sounds. But, you know, I mean, I think in Bryce's defense, the evidence does kind of like add up to kind of a weird thing, Tiff, because you say you're going on a walk. He thought he heard footsteps going upstairs. Then a few minutes later, he hears those sounds, which he recognizes as just like your sounds.
Okay, God forbid Marcel has a woman or many women that he's hooking up with. That's not an impossible situation.
But then it's kind of weird that then the noises stop and then you appear at the front door again like a few minutes later.
I don't know what that's about, but Bryce and I have already talked about this, and it wasn't me. I've already told him this, and I'm telling you guys this now. It wasn't me.
Do you believe her, Jenny? I mean, whose side are you on in this situation?
I mean, she might be fooling me, but I do believe her. It's just very coincidental how the time adds up. That makes me have that hint of doubt still.
And it can be that way because it could be she did go out for a walk, and then Marcel had somebody over that she might have been there the whole day. Mm-hmm. And so the timing is really bad. But I got to think, I mean,
you
Bryce,
never know. Also, if you live in an apartment complex, those footsteps maybe went to his apartment. They maybe went somewhere else, leaving the apartment too. You never know.
Bryce, how do you feel? It's up to you.
I mean, I guess I do believe her because she's never really lied to me before.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would say inconclusive, but satisfactory. In other words, we don't know for sure, but we're going to, I mean, it's not our choice, but Bryce, you believe her. So I guess that's a happy ending.
Maybe, Tiffany, you have to start sharing your step count when you go out for walks from now on.
Okay,
Ooh.
I can do that.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being on KDWB.
Thanks.
Thanks.
The old, it wasn't me. I want to play that Shaggy song. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Caught you red-handed there on the bathroom floor. Wasn't me.
How many steps do you think you get during the lovin'? I feel
I
like
think
you're
you get
watch on.
steps. I think
Oh,
it's
you get
actually
steps.
strictly that you're not necessarily on your feet walking.
There's
in that
movement,
point.
No,
though.
there's movement though. That's what it goes with.
Hold up. There's movement? No
Dave,
I just lay there.
No
Sit down. We'll explain a few
wonder.
things to you.
No wonder. What do you think on War of the Roses? Do you believe her? Do you recognize your partner's distinctive sounds of the magic? I think that you absolutely do recognize your part, and everybody's got a different vocalism of what they do. Some people are very quiet. Some people are like, shrieking like a banshee. And so there's all kinds of different,
There's a. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's okay.
There's a couple people calling. This one guy said he is Marcel.
Wait, what?
What on the phone?
That's what he said.
Do you believe him?
I don't know. He just said, yo, it's Marcel. Put me
name
on
is
the
Tom.
radio.
His name is Tom.
His name's Thomas.
Is he on the phone?
Yeah, line
That's
two.
him blinking?
Line 2.
Should I pick him up, you guys, and talk to this guy?
Yeah.
All right, let's find out. Hello, KDWB. Is this Marcel?
Sure is.
Okay. Marcel, I have no idea whether you really are Marcel or not. But did you hear this on the radio or not? Convince me that it's you. Did you hear this on the radio?
No. I mean, some of it. I mean, I don't listen to you guys, so.
So how did you know that we were talking about you on the radio?
Well, a friend of mine called me and said, hey, they're talking about you. They're talking about Marcel. I'm like, how many Marcels could there be?
Okay.
Yeah,
There's kind of an uncommon
Yeah, I was
name.
gonna say I don't know a single Marcel.
Okay. And so you heard us talking about you and how Tiffany was accused by her boyfriend Bryce of going upstairs and hooking up with you. I don't know if she said, but I'm going to guess the last couple of days. What?
Yeah.
Tell me it's not true. What do you know about this?
What do I know about this? What don't I know? How do I put this? All right, so Tiffany knows where to go when she wants to get taken care of. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Tiffany knows where to go.
So you're saying that Tiffany was lying on the radio just now, saying that she was not hooking up with you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's funny. I think it's real funny. Are they on the line right now? Want to say something to Bryce?
No, they just hung up, but I'm sure they're still listening.
Okay. Well, I have a message for Bryce. You guys can send that along for me,
Sure, what?
or I can just go downstairs and tell him myself. But hey, Bryce, I do live above you, and I never hear those noises coming from your apartment.
Wow. Okay, hang up on this guy because number one, I'm
my
not sure.
gosh.
I'm not sure. Did he sound real? Did he sound like he really was the guy, or is just what sold me that it really is the guy? He's like, I don't listen to your show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you're a fan of the show, you call in and you don't even bring that up. But he's like, I don't listen to your show. Somebody told me they were talking about a Marcel. There's only 2 Marcels in town.
Yeah.
I'm one of them.
His phone's probably blowing up. Like they're talking about you. Hello.
Well, it's kind of like when you talk about Katie Cap on the show.
Right, yeah.
And then people
are like,
call,
oh my
call
God.
Katie Cap. They're talking about you on the show.
Uh-huh.
What do you think? Text messages. This can't be real. Laugh emoji. I don't believe that's him. I want to believe it's
I
him.
know, it's weird because, who's going to call
Yeah,
a
who would
radio
call?
station and just be like, I'm
fake it.
so-and-so
Why wouldn't you?
to a random couple you don't even know?
A guy like Marcel.
Messy.
He is
A guy like
capital
Marcel.
Douche. Capital. All right.
No.
What do you think? This is what I'm going to do. Send me a text and let me know whether you think that was really him or not. And if you do think it was him, like I'm leaning toward, wow.
What a prick.
So she was, but who's worse, though? Her lying, going upstairs, and having her boyfriend audibly hear what's going on?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that
then
is
lying about it?
filthy.
That's pretty filthy. Or Marcel calling and bragging about it on the radio. Call me and tell me what you think. I'd love to hear you. 651-989-KDWB. I'm not going to tell you. One of them's going to have to call 3 Men in a truck because you're not going to want to live together
Someone's leaving.
next to this guy anymore. So we're talking about what did you want? What did you want to say about this one? Do you believe that really was Marcel?
Mm-hmm.
And is Marcel that uncommon of a name? Somebody said, my kid's named Marcel. So, hello.
The one other.
Right. Hi, Kylie.
Hi.
What do you want to say about War of the Roses?
So I'm on my way to Starbucks and I'm just listening and I'm like, once I hear Marcel get on the phone, Marcel, I'm like, oh, that's really sick if that's really true. But I don't really believe this guy. Like, I really don't believe that that's actually Marcel. But if it is, that's really sick.
It is really sick.
Yeah.
But the thing that I got about it is he sounded like the kind of guy who would act like that.
Like
Yeah.
a snob, but suave.
Snob. And,
Yeah, he was very cocky with it. He was really like, yeah, I did that. Like, so what?
I think that's the thing about like a narcissist or a sociopath. They have no guilt. They have
Zero.
no guilt. Do you know any narcissists or sociopaths?
No, I don't.
Good.
Well,
we don't
you
want
will.
you to.
Well,
You're
you
young.
will. Yeah. Thank you, Kylie. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Have a good day.
This text believes that it was Marcel because the Twin Cities is small in the dating world, so chances are she found something closer to save on gas and time.
It is true. It is true.
All right. What do you think? This text says he doesn't sound hot enough to be Marcel, LMAO, because now that's a good point. Because remember, one of them said Marcel is really hot and just snaps his fingers for, partners. And that's really all he has to do. I'm picturing a dumpy apartment with a mattress on the floor.
Oh, 100%.
With dirty sheets.
Yes. He has no art on the walls.
No, and that's Marcel because
Yes.
he doesn't need to have a charming apartment.
No.
Because he's hot.
Dave,
What?
pick up the phone.
Which
you
phone?
said line one. You said Marcel needs to sound hot, right?
Yeah.
There's another guy on the phone who claims his name is Marcel.
Oh,
Listen
wait
to
a
his
second.
voice.
Okay. Hello, Marcel.
Hi.
Is your name really Marcel, or are you just yanking my chain?
Guys are hot. I'm one of them.
Now, he sounds hot.
No, wait.
But
I
I'm
was
not.
talking. I don't know if you can hear me. I was talking while you should be able to hear me.
Can he hear this?
I was talking while you're talking. Marcel, fill me in. What'd you call to say?
Well, what I'm saying is that all of the Marcels are hot. I'm one of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's French.
He is.
Marcel. And I can tell you some. Tiffany or Stephanie, whatever her name is, lying.
You can tell she's lying.
That's all I got to say.
Why?
Oh.
How can you tell she's lying?
I can tell she's lying because she could have done something different when you guys were talking to her, and she was just very going on with whatever was.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Marcel, you are sexy. You are
do
one
have a
sexy,
wonderful
sexy
voice.
man.
I am. I cannot tell you that I'm not.
Humble Marcel. Humble.
Yes.
Are French men really the best lovers, Marcel?
Marcel, are you French or are you a different race?
He may have hung
gone.
out.
He got-
I don't even know
Okay.
whether that guy was real. He sounded real.
That
Yeah.
was not a fake accent.
You don't know whether
There's
it was
no
a
way.
fake
That
accent.
was such a good accent, and then it was consistent. That was
It
real.
was so good.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Oh, wow.
Well, what do you think of War of the Roses today? Went a little bit long.
Yeah.
I will tell you that. Went a little bit long.